matchup because you have Tyrant, who's modeled in a very safe,
Yeah, he plays this matchup very patiently.
Yes.
You're going to see if we go to Battlefield, they'll probably be on that top platform for a long time.
And from Atlantic North myself, I've seen a lot of Zero versus Vinny, and I know Zero and Tyrant, being all part of CT, obviously, have been giving off a lot of notes to one another. So Zero, very proficient in this matchup, very proficient in taking his time. Let's see what Tyrant has gained from those notes.
So we got first game going to Smashville. See how this plays out. You're going to see Tyrant camp that platform and just stay away from the infinite grab that Ice Climbers bring. Very good desync options. Oh yeah, doesn't make the conversion.
That's going to be
Oh, he chokes on the punishment.
Wow,
so throw out a grab, hit a button.
We live in?
Hit a button, NAKAT, hit a button.
Yeah. But so very interesting. A noticeably big thing in this matchup that I've always seen is that it's a very, very determining factor on the Ice Climber's play style when dealing with the campy Meta Knight who really is looking to pick apart Nana. These syncs become way less valuable as good, solid sync play. You don't want to give them that opportunity to just take Nana out, but that doesn't mean that there isn't place for very quality desyncs, and I'm sure you can break that down.
And actually, like watching NAKAT right now, he's actually playing more out of a desync wall than he normally does in the matchup. You can see him try to grab Meta Knight after that throw. Meta Knight actually, there's not a frame window advantage that you can actually grab. Oh, mash out. That
now, do me a favor and refresh my memory. When you baylate to the ledge, how many frames of invincibility does Nana end up having?
It's over 6.
Yeah,
you
got a lot of free time and a real good chance at a free grab, and Tyrant not looking to open up second stock this way.
And in the blink of an eye, he's about to lose that second stock if NAKAT puts this through. And you see him doing the backdoor down the chain grab, which is not a triple chain grab.
That's what I thought.
That might come into play. Ooh, he actually hyphen up smash right there, which also increases the risk of triplet.
And the 2 triplet chain grabs being F throw to F throw, and
there are multiple variations. Oh my God, there's another grab.
Oh man, and that's that.
He shield buffered on accident, and he's going to drop that grab. He loses Nana in the process. That's a costly mistake, but he's still up 2 stocks. He's got a little bit of breathing room, so to speak. Tries to trade the shuttle loop with Dare and doesn't get it. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't.
Now, always very interesting to see how they go about the Sopo matchup. Sopo with so many tricksies against solo Meta Knight, especially when you talk about a stale down throw. So.
Yeah, it's funny too. Like I've been actually debating in my head whether it's sometimes worth it if you're that far ahead to even bother with the Sopo, just because if you can keep Meta Knight in solo down throw percentages, that increases the time where they can't mash out of grabs. Like right there, he was able to convert that grab. A lot of the reason because he had those 2 solo down throws. If you were to up air Meta Knight where he's not in any near danger of getting killed, but he's not able to solo down throw him, that just makes it harder for him to convert grabs later on in the stock. But sometimes at that level, their Sopos are just absolutely amazing.
Yes, exactly. But like you said right there, conserving that, not staling it out, netting him a win right there. So those grabs, so particular and so dangerous, as Tyrant is going to have to take a moment now and try and figure out a different game plan, because game 1, NAKAT dropped grabs left and right and still had more than enough opportunities to convert.
I don't think that was in the plans for Tyrant for that to happen, but let's see what he goes to. I'd imagine, I would assume NAKAT would ban PS1. That's pretty much the go-to ban at this stage list for Ice Climbers. On the rest of the stage, the Ice Climbers actually have pretty strong gimmicks against Meta Knight. Not enough to make it, like, say, the matchup even per se, but enough to make it so if the Meta Knight doesn't know what's happening,
they'll die
into something they've never seen before, and that's a huge factor.
The secret advantages, those advantages that you got to dig a little deeper to find.
Yeah.
Well, as of right now, Tyrant is taking a moment. I believe we have him on the phone right now. I'm not sure who he's talking to. Chose the phone a friend option.
Yeah, using a lifeline, and he'll need it. I hope that person has some good answers.
Yeah, I'll tell you that much, because as of right now, that is not the way you want to open. Tyrant definitely been on a great streak today. Same with NAKAT. That's why we're seeing him meet up right now.
Yeah.
NAKAT in a comfortable lead after game 1, being able to drop grabs and just take full advantage of Tyrant's fearfulness, I'd say, because it wasn't that fearless aggro play style. It definitely was getting caught running away.
Yeah, that was the best way to describe it. NAKAT won by a lot, and it was pretty short and not very pretty.
And that's what it is, the cruel life that is Ice Climbers, the reason why they find their names next to Meta Knight so much. But as of today, there's always an opportunity. We know that they have not won a national, and it'd be so interesting to see it finally happen, and which climber would finally be the one to accomplish such a crazy goal.
Yeah, that is true. And right now, Tyrant is using some of that patience in the counterpicking phase that he needed during game 1.
Yes.
Timing us out here, trying to pick a stage.
And I was going to say, that's definitely something that Pierce and I have stressed throughout the entire tournament. You stress it every tournament. Counterpicking, though, can completely flip matchups on their heads if you're on point with it. So, especially on a player-to-player perspective, you know, ICs, we know that they tend to favor the neutrals. They do have their other places, but even so, sometimes with players like NAKAT and Vinny, I mean, these Ice Climbers can break out such insane changes to what was going on.
Yeah, and I think from a tactical standpoint, the odds-on pick for a counterpick is going to be Lilac Cruz. However, a lot of it comes down to comfortability with the stage. A lot of Mennonites are very comfortable on Battlefield, so I wouldn't be surprised if Tyrant just goes to Battlefield, but I would be surprised if it's anything different than Battlefield and Lilac. It might be maybe Yoshi's, but other than that, I would hope he would not salty run back that, because that did not go very well.
Yeah, well, the salty run backs have been ever so prominent here. And my big thing about Tyrant was, after seeing the approach he took to game 1, my worry would be about Battlefield. This Battlefield I've seen has drawn out a very generic approach from a lot of Mennonites. You know, camp top platforms, camp dare, and the problem with it is, if it was a lower level or pocket ICs, I could agree with it, but when you get up to the higher level, as we talk about, you know, the ability to deal with the camping, to tack on from double up air, and really just beat out the whole timeout option with now how much damage up air alone can put, those generic options never work, so I really hope he can bring something fresh and new to the table, because I know for a fact that Tyrell, or rather I should say NAKAT, and all of you guys are too well aware of the easy school gimmicks to deal with Ice Climbers.
You can imagine just, you main Ice Climbers, you go to a tournament, everybody is going to run away from you until the end of time.
Exactly. So
just gotta deal with it. He goes back to Smashville.
Oh, as we said, that salty run back theme that's been going on. So
questionable decision making, but let's see if it pays off. Maybe he's gonna just change up everything and we'll see where it goes.
always that opening, that platform dare camping. I mean, you never get away from it. It's what it should be. I love that dare. Just get the trip out of your system. You know, no one there to punish it. Always a nice thing if you have to trip.
And some of the tactics that Ice Climbers will use to deal with this sort of camping is, well, obviously you can wait and then up air them. You can also try to get their habits of air dodging back down to the platform and platform cancel grab that. I don't know if NAKAT knows how to do the platform cancel aerials to stuff Meta Knight's landings. You can also do that, where actually, I guess Nana in this case will platform cancel, and Popo will throw out an aerial, and in the hit lag you can actually grab them out of it. Very, very solid walls though from NAKAT, and he's just elected to take the very patient wait approach. Now the important thing about that NATO was that Tyrant, very patient, was just working on NAKAT's shield and increased the chances of it poking. And that's going to be the key to the matchup overall. Assuming Tyrant keeps playing at this very safe, precise level, the level of the shield is everything in this matchup.
And now, as you said earlier, you know, to expand, seeing NAKAT choosing very low-grounded, safe D6 right now. Small blizzard walls, really keeping Nana safe. You can tell that he realized how much he benefited from it, and how much Tyrant struggled against those small, safe D6 walls. So definitely taking full advantage of Tyrant's inability to punish or do much about that.
Definitely taking a play out of the Vinny playbook, it looks like, because Vinny's actually more known for doing that. Oh, if he mashed air dodge right there, he would have been able to convert that. Clashes with the NATO on the ground. Kind of lucky, because if that didn't clash, he would have just been in the air and in trouble. Using the Nair to cover that blizzard, very smart option.
And this is the problem you see all too much of Meta Knights. You know, you go for a lot of camping, you really try to find the breakaway points from the Ice Climbers, but I say it all the time, the residual damage that you take in the process of trying to go tit for tat, you know, trade here, trade there, get your damage, you know, it's very difficult to deal with the accumulation of two characters hitting you with very strong attacks consistently.
Definitely.
Now an opportunity for Tyrant right now, but NAKAT quick to get it back. Ooh.
Very good dare, but NAKAT will make it back. Oh, I thought he would make that back. He should have hit the B button more.
Yes, exactly. That side B, notorious in Brawl with a solo climber for not being exactly the most kind horizontally. So,
and you see Tyrant flanking. Ice Climbers will put up a blizzard wall there to get them off the ledge. Actually, what you can do is blizzard with Nana and short hop ice shot with Popo, and it covers all the options. But we have a breakaway here. That's a bad situation. And,
wow.
Speaking of changing everything up, NAKAT is getting lit up on this run back.
Definitely, and I mean, Tyrant with a few key plays, really getting opportunities, as we said, dealing with his residual damage well, finally paying for it, but netting him 2 stocks before it happened. So NAKAT had such a comfortable lead, and in a blink of an eye, the power of these characters show themselves as Tyrant up 2 stocks to 1.
And in my opinion, Tyrant is picking 2. Oh, he can convert that if he needed a walking down throw. You have a walking down throw with ice climbers there going in up to like 34, and that would have given her enough space actually to convert that grab. But he elected to do the dash. The walking one's hard at early percents where Meta Knights will often shuttle loop out immediately, and that's the scary part. You miss, you're going to be hit off stage. And now you see him doing less walls, and oh, there he goes back right to the wall right as soon as I say that.
And always that safety, you know, a little bit of fear. You go down that many stocks with ice climbers, you take a moment to reset and pull back your D6 for a moment until you feel comfortable enough where you don't feel like Nana's going to go flying off the stage.
And they're just playing this out right now. Very good read. Nana decides to walk instead of run. That is the worst feeling as an ice climber main, where it's like a 50-50. Nana, we can win this if you just do what you're supposed to do and run back to me, but she'll walk. And it's,
hoping that those RNG gods controlling her A give you the option. But all right, NAKAT not being a slouch at all right now. Definitely giving Tyrant a run for his money, but Tyrant with that ever so patented CT styling and taking his time. Oh, and that's going to be a rough one.
I gotta show NAKAT some belay options off the ledge and get him some grabs.
Yes, because as of right now, he is having a little bit of a hard time recovering. But we live in as we continue on right now. 1 stock, 2% difference between Tyrant and NAKAT as Tyrant continues on trying to end that last stock.
Goes for that attack again and gets away with it. And you see Tyrant doing that glide pass to down smash. Ooh, that was scary. But yeah, that glide pass to down smash, it's Mewtwo King actually started doing that first, and then you just glide past, and the backside of down smash is actually safe on shield against Ice Climber, so it's kind of a free. Oh, questionable, he's gonna lose Nana right there, and that ought to do it. Yes,
and as you were talking about that down smash, I mean, Tyrant with great completion percentage, a lot of separation from it, really got a chance to turn the table as we see those ridiculous Tyrant faces right now. A bit of a suspect situation as we have Leap of Faith and plenty of California sitting here.
I wonder what's going through NAKAT's head. He came out early, dominated game 1, and just kind of got the run back reversed on him. And
now, yet again, we get back to that counter pick system. I agree. I would like to know what's going through his head, but I know that the one thing that he majorly has to be thinking about is plain and simple, where did the momentum get lost? Yeah. Where did I lose steam? Because he came in, as we said, so strong and then completely petered out, and that is not a good look because, as we know, the way today has worked, that clutch factor has taken so many people, such as MVD, such as Shaky, and gotten them past big names. So
that is true.
If you're not bringing your clutch, you might be going home.
Let's see where he's counterpicking. I'd assume FD's been banned. That's pretty much standard.
We'd hope so.
I'd hope so. That would leave. I hope he goes to. Oh, I was hoping Castle Siege. That would have been fun.
That would have been silly.
Battlefield's also a solid option as well.
I've seen Vinny on Castle Siege and some of the silly chain grab shenanigans you get on walk-offs.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not fun times.
Oh, questionable dare. Luckily, he clipped one of the climbers and I wasn't able to get grabbed from it.
Now Tyrant with a lot of momentum in his favor. Very well adapted to NAKAT at this point as he's managed to lose a game and take a game, so a lot of notes to work off of. As we were told before, he was on the phone with Larry, DHM, to get that knowledge, to get what he needs to do done. And let's see where it takes him here in Game 3, which is going to be the deciding factor.
You know, at this point, okay, Tyrant got up and hit up to 23, and he still continued to camp, you know, the top platform. Once you get above like 20, you don't have to play, you know, that off that top platform just as much, just because of the fact that the nair gimmicks that lead to grabs are no longer in play. You know,
exactly.
From matchup flow. Questionable tornado. He's not going to be solo down throw though, and that's also part of it. He can go for that. He can afford to go for that risk because if it hits any of the climbers, he no longer can be solo down throw. So that's one of the huge advantages Meta Knight gets from just camping out, at least through the first 23%. So if you're at home and you want to play ice climbers, you have a problem. If you have no patience, at least wait for 25% or so. then you can go in and at least, oh, that's a unfortunate mistake. Oh, he's going to live, though.
Wow, we living in goodness gracious. You talk about a touch of luck right now. Doesn't get the grab, but at least Nana's still with him.
Yeah, that saved the stock. That might come into play down the line because now Tyrant has to go back to camping instead of just lighting up the Sopo. Goes for that Vinny fair read and shuttle loop. Good option by Tyrant, but gets stuck and meant to front up shuttle loop. No fear at all at this point.
And as you see right there, that's the Meta Knight that wins games against Ice Climbers. You close out Nana real strong and just start to take over that edge game against Sopo. Tyrant with a big opportunity here. And
Tyrant just needed to throw out shuttle loop right there to reverse shuttle loop off there.
Yes.
But there aren't that many Ice Climbers out in SoCal. His experience might be
rather
not limited, but you know, not as high as I'm willing to bet. NAKAT has played more Meta Knight.
Yeah.
than Tyrant's played Ice Climbers.
That is something we cannot argue here in New York, New Jersey, where if you're playing in one of our brackets, you better be ready to see all sorts of Meta Knight. And there it is, right there. So Tyrant coming off to a nice start. We know he's going to take his time. Let's see what his approach here is to stock 2. I'd imagine that he's got to be careful. Like you said, though, no respect. Clear in with the tornado there.
Gets him on a crossover. That's it. Oh, there's that. And see, NAKAT was able to do that because so in the last stock, Tyrant had been running up and shuttle looping. And if you don't space that correctly, Ice Climbers can just burst dash grab and stuff the shuttle loop, because even though shuttle loop's a really good option, it still has some startup frames before invincibility comes out.
So Tyrant paying the price for that as we go back to even.
And now that's a questionable. he should take a little more damage before he goes for anything risky.
Yeah, and he is being ferocious right now. I mean, he is dealing damage, but unfortunately those numbers from the damage he's dealing to Nana are not reflected.
Yeah.
Something a lot of players I don't think take into account. There's a lot of players out there that'll tell you in the Ice Climbers matchup, they try to keep a semi-mental note as to where Nana's at so they can capitalize on different amounts of knockback between the climbers and options that may not be available since you don't realize her percent.
Yeah. And Nair gimmicks are off the table for Ice Climbers, so we're going to go, oh, that was...
And now Nair gimmicks may be off the table. Getting the walk-up grab is never off the table.
Apparently you just need to walk up and grab the Meta Knights. I'm going to put that into my playbook and run that next time.
And that's what it is. You know, you give him a taste of his own medicine. Tyrant has been disrespecting and walking right up in the Ice Climbers business, so NAKAT taking advantage of that. Oh, a nice
not connect the dare right there, though. If he got one of those dares, any of them, that would have put Nano away. Because you just had the NATO back.
And that's something you got to go home and watch. If you watch Nairo play, that kid will never miss an opportunity to take out Nana. He is, in my opinion, writing the textbook on how to keep Nana out, minimize the 2-on-1 matchup. So
this could do it if he walks it. If he walks it, and he could dash grab again. Oh, the mash out.
And wow, nerves seeming to possibly get more in NAKAT's head as he's smiling now, but he definitely cannot be happy about another drop grab this
set. If he walked it, you don't trip when you walk it. That might be huge.
And that's what you were saying earlier, you know, possibly didn't opt for the walk, opted for that dash, and caught a trip and fell off the stage from it.
I would hate to see that be the difference in the game, but...
I mean, it tells you why. You do have the technology for triplets, you know to walk and whatnot. You can't steer away from it with the game so unforgiving.
And I'm glad to see NAKAT. He's not showing any signs of frustration. That was a unfortunate break, but he's right in. He's off stage now, but his composure's still there. He just looks focused, not letting it get to him.
And he's got favor right now as it's 2 stocks to 1, but that hard hit on Nana is going to be a race for time. Ooh. That higher angle Tyrant was at just gave him the quicker opportunity to land the glide attack and not give NAKAT a chance to save his girl.
Interesting squall choice right there. I'm not sure what he's going for right there. Ooh, almost connects the fair.
Short hop fair nonetheless.
And the options for Sopo against Meta Knight are, at this percent, not that many after the chain grabs. Then maybe get him in the air and up air him. I've been seeing a lot of Ice Climbers, including myself, use a lot of using the double jump to bait and then actually down airing Meta Knight to get them into the air. But
okay, very interesting.
We're on the last stock here. Meta Knight about 15% from up, or no, not 15, about 10% away from up smash kill percent on a sweet spot.
Oh, he's got that grab. That should do it. And that's it right here. Yep.
And NAKAT takes it.
And man, oh man, the rise of NAKAT lately as we find Vinny falling out of bracket. NAKAT consistently keeping his head up. very interesting showing here. Is
Definitely.
that consistency is definitely holding his head strong, but Vinny there to give him a handshake and definitely there to mentor him a little bit more. You ice climbers, so much textbook knowledge.
Excellent set on NAKAT's part.